the fuck is going on, everybody? It's me, theEIKNARF. We are back, and we are here today to talk AEW, All Elite Wrestling. And you've seen the news, you've heard the backstage, and man, there is a big problem going on with AEW right now, and it kind of feels like they're at a low in a way, We've heard the news about CM Punk going off script last week on Hangman Page, and him not being happy with Hangman Page and going to the higher ups behind his back. Is it a work? Is it not? We got Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker backstage heat on each other, and that they don't like each other, and there's news on that, and her being stripped of the title this week, and people speculating is it injury or injury. Is she suspended? Then we got Eddie Kingston being suspended because of a beef with Sammy Guevara backstage. All that's in the news, but we're not really here to talk about the news. We're here to talk AEW and why there's just too many problems going on right now, and it's affecting the show. So yeah, hit that like button, subscribe for content like this, motherfucker. So last week we seen 2.5 weeks ago, we seen the return of CM Punk coming back from injury of a broken foot, and he came back and faced off with Moxley, and we have the interim champion Moxley, we have the world champion in CM Punk, and we're gonna have a clash for the titles. Who is the real champion? And they announced that the match was gonna take place of this past week's Dynamite that just passed. We'll get to that. But then in his promo last week, he came out and he called out Hangman Page. He says, let's have a title match right now. Nothing happened. And he goes, that's just coward shit. And he apparently it was in the news that it was off the script. That wasn't part of the script. And he went to the backstage higher ups, and he basically was talking shit about Hangman Page, and he's got beef with him, something about Colt Cabana. You guys can go look into it and all that. I'm recording this on Friday. So we're basically, just over a week towards All Out. A week and a couple days. Okay? This is a lot of problems going on. Okay? I was listening to a couple podcasts. Imagine not knowing your world title main event to your WrestleMania a week out, okay? This is the problem I have, okay? Why do the match on a random Dynamite, not main event? I know why they didn't main event it, because the finish was stupid. The match was stupid. Well, basically, if you didn't watch it, it was not even 5 minutes. Moxley just fucking squashed Punk, and he won, and it wasn't really a match. And I don't know, man. I'm not happy with that. And people are like, oh, be patient, there's a bigger story coming. It's like, you're telling me to be patient. This is the same company that's telling me, or not telling me, but I have to be patient for the return of fucking MJF, who's been gone for 3-4 months. Are we ever getting him back? I don't know, man. Tony Khan's gained my trust, but man, I'm slowly kind of losing that trust, man. Was not happy with that match on Wednesday. I don't know, man. It sounds like he was just doing it for ratings. He did right at the 9 o'clock hour. I don't know. This sounds like some cheap tactics that Vince McMahon would do, and I kind of feel cheated that we didn't get a match, and now we don't even know what our world. I'm happy Mox won, because I think he deserves it more than Punk does at this point. Especially all the shit he did. I don't like what he did with Hangman Page. I think that's disrespectful. Again, we don't know. Is it true? Is it not a work? But what? Every time we hear there's a problem backstage, oh, it's a work. How the fuck do we know? What the fuck? What's true? What's not? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's the fact of the matter is, now we are a week out and we don't know our main event world title match for Mox at the pay-per-view. We know all the other matches, but we don't know the most important match. What the fuck am I buying the pay-per-view for? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That pissed me off. That doesn't sit right with me. Like, is the title even going to be defended? Like, I'm assuming it would be. You know what I mean? I'm assuming All Out's their biggest pay-per-view. If you look to last year's, how big that was. You know? And speaking of the All Out pay-per-view, one of the first matches were announced was Eddie Kingston, Sammy Guevara, which isn't happening, which if you haven't seen the news, quickly. Apparently, they were supposed to feud, and they were supposed to do a segment, and something that didn't air, which so then this is just all pointless, where Sammy Guevara basically called Eddie Kingston fat in a promo. Again, it was cut, so it never even aired. And Eddie Kingston was pissed. He came backstage and he started yelling, like, who the fuck dares to call me fat or something? And apparently he, like, shoved his hand into his face or something. And I don't know. And now he got suspended. And I don't fucking know. But again, and we're going to get back to it. There's a common theme here that I have a gripe with. So I don't know what that's about. So we're not getting that match now, which is for whatever. There's a lot of other matches. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other matches I'm interested in, but, you know, it could have been another match we could have seen, but okay. And then we got Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker in the news. Apparently, Thunder Rosa this past week, not apparently, this did happen. She was, I don't know, stripped, but they used the word interim, so she was temporarily stripped of the title due to injury, and now there's people speculating, is she actually injured? Did she get suspended? I opened this door, it's fucking hot. Did she actually get suspended? There's a lot of speculation. We don't know. I don't know. I heard something about back pain. Then I heard something about backstage heat. What the fuck is it? Between her and Britt Baker not liking each other. And then people, oh, it's a work. Okay, fuck. So everything's a fucking work now. Everything's a fucking work. I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird to me, dude. Vince McMahon left the WWE. Again, it has nothing to do with it, but it's just a freak thing. You know, we all know WWE, the way the backstage everything was with Vince McMahon running the company. It was fucking, morale was down. There was so much negativity backstage. Everybody fucking hated to go to work. Everybody's getting their name changed. People are fucking sitting and catering, you know the state of WWE. Then Vince McMahon gets forced out of the company. Triple H takes over. And as soon as he takes over, it's just positive change and upbringing to all this new talent and good booking and good shows and good wrestling. And the week to week is interesting again. And people are being called up and they're getting their jobs back. And I haven't heard like one negative fucking news about WWE since Triple H taken over. Only good news, you know? Roman Reigns signs a new contract. Bianca Belair gets a new agent. SummerSlam or Survivor Series sold out instantly. It's like, I just hear good news. And don't get me wrong, I hear good news about AEW. But I hear a lot more bad news do I do good news. And it's just like AEW was in an up chart trajectory. And now, I swear to God, I don't know if it's just me. But now, WWE, Triple H takes over. They're going up, in my opinion. I feel like their show and their product and everything is going up. And it's for the better. And now, the AEW is taking a steep decline to the point where their shows, or you could feel it in the show, that something's wrong. And I seen a guy on TikTok, I forgot his name, my bad, but this saying stuck with me, but he goes, who cares what happens on the backstage, okay? Whatever's happening backstage, me as a fan, I shouldn't give a fuck. And this is true. The only thing I should care about as a fan, hold on, I'm fucking getting a text. The only thing I should give a fuck about as a fan is what I see on my screen at the show that they present me. Now, this is my problem, okay? And this is an overall stemming problem. And again, who am I? I'm just a fan. I'm a guy who's been watching it for wrestling for on and off for 20 years. So who am I? Fucking truck driver guy. And anyways, I got a fly on my fucking dick and holy fuck. Anyways, the problem with me is there's so many negativity, so many problems. This guy's got a problem with this person. This problem's got this person. This person's unhappy. This person wants to go to WWE. This person wants his release. This person's is not happy with their booking. So and so is not happy with each other. There's just negativity after negativity in the news. You know, it's overshining the good. And now, like I said, this past week's Dynamite was garbage. I'm sorry. I don't know how you enjoyed this show, but the opening segment with Jericho, Garcia, and Bryan was great. I like that. And the main event was a great match. It was the best match on the show. Everything, and Lethal and FTR, that was good too. Everything in the middle of that was all fucking garbage, in my opinion. And we'll get to that. And and there's a lot of problems in AEW. Don't get me wrong, WWE's got its problems, but with Triple H involved, I feel like slowly stuff's being resolved. And like I said, they're like for example, Dewdrop's like went to talk to him. Can I get my name back? Can I get a gimmick change? And he's like, okay, we'll get to that. But like he said, it's only so much you could do at a certain point. But, there's going to be times where Triple H and WWE, they do make mistakes. You know what I mean? They're not perfect. But my God, like AEW was at a point like last year where everything they did, I was like, man, this is sick. Like, there's nothing they could do wrong. Like now it's just bullshit after bullshit. And like I said, all this you're hearing all the news and now it's fucking coming onto the show and it's affecting the show where it's like now Punk and Mox. I'm like, okay, fuck Punk. Mox better win. You're kind of like, did you hear those boos for Punk, man? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, he's turning heel. I don't care. Like, dude, the guy's a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like now, and then you give me a 5-minute match and he has no offense. It's like, well, like, how's this good for anybody? We don't even know if they're doing a rematch of the thing. It's like, okay, so now that's affected the show. Now you hear there's favoritism and politicalness, and that, she's got heat. Thunder Rosa's got heat, and it's like, well, that goes to show because, you're hearing the news, and then you seeing her in the backstage crying in a segment filmed before or live, I don't know, but she's filmed Tony Schiavone holding the mic, like acting like a grown woman doesn't know how to hold a fucking microphone, and she's like, oh, I have to relinquish the title, and it's like, why the fuck, like, Punk got hurt, and he had to do the same thing, but he was out in the ring, and he got time. But then Thunder Rosa is just a 2-minute fucking, not even a fucking minute and a half recorded segment where she's like, I have to retire. Like, she's the fucking women's main champion, world champion. Why does she get the same fucking time and whatever as Punk? Yeah, okay, Punk's the bigger draw. It's whatever, but a world champion's a world champion. That's the fucking leader of your company at that point. That's the person that's on top of the thing. They've never, I don't know, man. Like, I'm sorry, but Thunder Rosa winning that title, her stock went down. I'm such a big fan of her, and the booking and the feuds, and they're going to do Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm again. Like, okay, yeah, there's actually a story there. And if you've watched my channel, you know that I'm not happy with the women's division because, like, every fucking match on the pay-per-view is, like, no to little build. Or it's a fucking rematch. It's like, dude, her fucking title reign has been fucking garbage. I'm sorry, it's been garbage. And I could just tell that there's favoritism and politicalness within that company. And you look at it and you compare her situation with CM Punk's situation, why they're not getting equal treatment. That's bullshit, okay? Another thing, in the tag team titles, why is it, okay, now don't get me wrong, I like Keith Lee and Swerve, I like the Acclaimed. Why the fuck are they fucking fighting for the titles? What happened to the fucking ranking system? Okay, so FTR is busy doing this. Okay, so they're number 1, they can't fight. Who's number 2? Like, I don't know, like, I think the Acclaimed's like 3 or 4 out of 5. But what happened to the second place? Why didn't they fight? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, like, is there something I don't know? Another thing. Again, everybody says this is a big problem. They have too many people signed. Okay, too many people fucking signed. Why the fuck do we have Billy Gunn versus Colton Gunn or whichever Gunn in a match, taking up time on Dynamite, when we could have a Miro or a Darby Allin or a Jungle Boy on the screen? I'm sorry, like, this feud is not important in my opinion. We could be doing something a lot more important. Okay, so and that goes with the overall arcing theme of overpopulation, too much people signed. Now, you know what would solve this? You fucking make... Now, here's another problem. Rampage needs to fucking move out Friday at 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, but that's... Like, nobody's watching that shit. And the ratings are declining. They're garbage. Nobody watches the show. Nobody cares about the show. I think at this point, they don't even care about the show. Making the show anymore. Move the show to fucking Thursday or something, whatever. And make it 2 hours, and at this point, you might want to even just split the roster, because I'm a guy who wants to see some of my favorites like Malachi, Buddy Murphy, Miro, Darby, MJF, you know, Ricky Starks. I want to see these people, but, you know, like, don't get me wrong. I like seeing who I saw. I like seeing Osprey, even though he's not signed. I like seeing FTR. I like seeing, like, why is Wardlow fighting on Rampage? He's your secondary champion in the men's division, and he's fighting on Rampage. Like, nobody's watching that. I'm sorry, nobody's watching that. So, they need to fucking fix that. Their timing is fucking horrible. They rush everything. They don't get anything time to breathe. I feel like for 2 hours I'm spent holding my breath underwater with my heart rate beating and no air to breathe in sight. You know, like, I need time to breathe. Like, if somebody wins the title, I want to see them celebrate, react with the crowd, you know? I don't want it. They fucking pin the guy, and then like 20 seconds later, we're backstage interviewing fucking Joe Blow guy over here. That's a problem. What else we got? There's a lot of problems, but I think there's a big problem, and there's also the Ring of Honor show. What the fuck is happening with that? Like, that's just lingering. Is there separate rosters? Are they getting a weekly show? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? But this is the biggest problem, and this is an overall arcing problem. Let me close the door, because I'm gonna fucking yell. There's an overall arcing problem, and I think that stems back to Tony Khan not being a boss. I'm sorry, Mr. fucking midget stick fucking skinny man here doesn't know how to be a fucking boss. He, you know, you see Jim Cornette and fucking Conan, you know, shitting on their podcast on Tony Khan, like, yo, he's just a fucking fanboy with money, being a mark, he's not being a boss. Now it's starting to make sense with me. And you look back to the news this week, all this fucking news with this guy's got beef with this guy's not happy, this guy that. Tony Khan doesn't know how to be a leader. He doesn't know how to be a boss. He's Mr. Smiley Two Good Shoes that doesn't want to be in bad press, that's stepping on eggshells, when he's the fucking boss, when people should be stepping on eggshells around him. He needs to fucking set the standard. He needs to fucking set it straight. You got a problem with this guy? You fucking hash it out, talk it out. If not, you get suspended, you get fined. You get suspended and you get fined. And if you're still having problems, then you up it. And if they don't learn, then you go from there. But he needs to learn to be a fucking boss, need a leader. He needs to learn to stop playing fucking politics and fucking favoritism. You know who fucking did that? Vince McMahon. And where the fuck is he? He fucking paid off women to fuck. Alright? Like, that has nothing to do with this situation, but that pisses me off. If you gotta pay to fuck, do it legally. No, I'm joking. But I don't know, man. Like, it's just, like, you see the favoritism. Like, again, I don't know the situation, but, like, back in school, if I'm in school and I'm getting picked on and bullied, and then I go and fight the bully, we're both going to get in trouble. We're both going to get suspended. At the end of the day, I might have been defending myself. At the end of the day, we both got into a fight. You're both in trouble. So, like, I don't know whose fault it is, whatever, Sammy, Guevara, Eddie Kingston. But why is Eddie Kingston suspended, not Sammy Guevara? Why is, again, I don't know if Thunder Rose is actually injured or she actually got suspended. But whatever, regardless of the case, why are they both not being fucking reprimanded for it? Is because Tony Khan doesn't want to piss off these wrestlers because they're going to tell them to go fuck themselves, they're going to go to the WWE? At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. You got to be a boss. You got to stop playing a fucking fanboy mark, and you got to be a boss. CM Punk, I don't want to step on his toes. He's my hero. I pay him $5 million a year. I don't want him to leave. I don't give a fuck, man. Everybody that's in that locker room should be treated as a fucking equal. And he needs to fucking find a system and learn to fucking adapt the system and have an equal grounds for everybody. Okay, none of this fucking bullshit and politics and favoritism. You know who did that? WWE. And why was WWE shit for the last fucking 15 years? Because of the fucking negative environment. Yeah, okay, some people are not gonna like the strictness of the, but you know what? You gotta set your soldiers in straight and say, listen, we're a fucking team. If you don't fucking like it, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And then I'm seeing reports like, oh, he's like, he called a group meeting, but he was nice. He He didn't want to step on anybody's toes. Like, dude, you're the fucking boss. Stop running around. You're the fucking boss. You're not supposed to be running around. You're supposed to be running shit. Okay? This is the fucking problem. As soon as you start running shit, yeah, don't get me wrong. People are not going to get along. There's egos, this and that. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, when you take charge and you set the standard, people are going to fucking follow the rules and do what they did. If not, you break the rules, you're suspended. You're fined. You know what I mean? And he's got to stop leaving the fucking talent out of the dark about these work shoot situations. Like the MJF thing, was it a work? Was it a shoot? If it's a work, you got to tell your fucking team that's part of the production, the show, this is the situation. You're scared they're gonna tell the dirt sheets this and that. Then you make them sign an NDA or whatever, or you reprimand the thing. But you got to develop a system here to let the workers, the wrestlers, know what's going on. Because if they're not knowing what's part of the show, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the problem. This is the biggest problem of all. And this guy, the problem is, this guy's got so much on his plate. He's got the fucking, I don't know the name of the soccer team. He's got his soccer team there. He's got the football team, the Jaguars. He's got AEW. He's got Ring of Honor. It's like, dude, no wonder I'm sorry, but no wonder the fucking product is a lot shit. I'm sorry, but it's a lot shittier than last year. Last year was awesome. Every show, every Dynamite, every Rampage, Punk, Bryan, Cole, the matches, Kenny Omega versus Brian Page, dude, like every week it was must watch. I watched this week and I'm like, dude, I think Monday Night Raw was better than AEW this week. I've never ever said that. I've never said that ever in the history of Dynamite. And for the first time, what's the word? Commend? Is that a good word? Triple H and the WWE team and the wrestlers, especially that they were in Toronto, which is where I don't live there, but I live close to. What a fucking banger of a show. AEW was fucking garbage. I'm sorry, man. It was garbage. And if I'm being frank about it, if I'm comparing the two shows, Labor Day weekend, we got All Out on Sunday and Clash at the Castle on fucking Saturday. I'm frankly looking forward more to Saturday Clash at the Castle than I am at All Out at this point. I'm sorry, I am. The fucking Raw is on an uprise right now. And AEW, in my opinion, is on a decline. And the fact that NXT can pull a fucking 700,000 rating with developmental stars that nobody knows about, and AEW pulls a 900 to 1 million rating every week, even having guys like Jericho, Bryan, Punk, Kenny, all these guys, I would be embarrassed. I would be fucking embarrassed. And Tony Khan needs to fucking get shit together, because I don't want the history book, and I'm mad because as a fan, I don't want history to repeat itself. I don't want a WCW 2.0. I want WWE, I want AEW to be successful. I'm like, holy shit, WWE's actually like getting good. You know what I mean? I'm actually interested in watching WWE. Now we have AEW and WWE, and now AEW is starting to fucking shit the bed, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why can't both shows be good, man? Don't get me wrong, I do still enjoy a Dynamite here and there. The problem is, I'm like, I'm comparing it to last year. I'm like, dude, every week is a fucking banger of a show. I'm watching now. Okay, 1 week good, 2 week bad, 1 week good, one bad. Like, why? Like, where's the consistency? I'm sorry, man, but something needs to change. He needs to fucking figure this out. Delegate fucking jobs and stuff to alleviate stress from his life, and run shit correctly. Because remember, WWE today is not the WWE of yesterday, okay? When contracts in 3 to 5 years, when people's contracts start to expire, more so, I would say, we were saying it in reverse, well, people like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when their contract ends, are they going to go to AEW? I am now more interested in a guy like a Wardlow, a guy like MJF, like the whole, what does he call it? The great debate? Not the great debate. Anyways, there's a word he uses in pro. Anyways, guys like that, guys that are unhappy, that are not being booked, are they considering going to a WWE? Are they going to jump the ship just the way guys like Malachi, Miro, Neville jump to AEW? I am very curious to see what happens. And in 3 to 5 years, when even like a guy like Adam Cole, going back to Triple H, knowing he'll be booked well, I am very curious to see where people decide to go, because I wouldn't be shocked if this is how it is now with AEW, and they're if they keep going on a steady decline here, they're gonna lose a lot of people. And from what I see a weekly news talent AEW backstage not happy, morale down. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, can we get our shit together? Can we just get good fucking wrestling? No fucking drama, no bullshit. Why is there, like, I'm sick of it. Oh, it's a work. Oh, yeah, work. I go to work Monday to Friday, fucking 7 to 5. I don't need to work in my wrestling once in a while. Let's just fucking get this shit fucking straight and together. I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed. And if you thought Moxie and Punk was fucking great on Wednesday, you're a delusional piece of shit, and you're fucked. You're fucked, buddy. And I'm going to end this whole fucking rant with me going full Canadian mode in honor of WWE being in Canada this past week. Yeah, eh? Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, yeah. That's like a gay Canadian getting reared in the ass. Oh, yeah. You know? Oh, you want to do gay anal sex? Oh, yeah. You know, that's kind of that. Anyways, I'm out of here. If you enjoyed this, like it. If you want more shit like this, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Do you think AEW, they got a lot of problems that need to be fixed? Do you disagree? Are you liking WWE's current product and their the changes they've made? Or do you still think it's garbage? Let me know. It's a discussion. This is just my thoughts. Maybe you guys disagree, but I just hope AEW can start to fucking get their shit together, and, you know, can we just get good wrestling, no drama, everybody's happy? Like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, so I'm out of here. Deuces.